whispers on the wind, something's about to evolve. I'll just keep on hitting things, what problems can't that solve? 25 full years of questing, no banks or graves to delve. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2012. Welcome back to February 21st, 2012. Shockingly, we've got more updates to go through. So let's get to where we need to be for today. On February 22nd, 2012, go check out Mod Poppy and the Patrons of Pain's Valentine's Battlefield. Get an Icy Heart Chamber, monsters to fight, capture the flag, clan battlefields. Lots of different features, not really used too often. Oh well. On February 23rd, 2012, you get Players Gallery number 32. It's Valentine's and Anti-Valentine's. Winning piece was Love Amongst Chaos. Next month, anything goes for the Players Gallery. On February 28th, 2012, voice acting competition winners. Going to be voicing a wounded soldier and nurse over in the Troll War Zone area. That's fun. Also got patch notes. Forgotten Rangers in Dungeoneering now use the actual arrows they're supposed to use instead of mithril arrows. The Kiln Cape works as a fire cape for ice strike worms. Got a safer system of Fareed unequipping your items in the Dominion Tower, like we were seeing previously. It's sent to your inventory, and if your inventory is full, it goes to your bank. And if your bank is full, it drops it to the floor, specifically your cheapest item. So, tries to not delete anything too important. Can no longer get infinite turkey pets, and gets server-wide broadcasts for achievements, which he's been seeing often here. Various achievements added to the list of achievements. Also have 200 million XPs. Yeah, like server-wide and worldwide. This might just be the server-wide. Drops and stuff and friends and lists and things. Broadcasts of what other people are up to. Always fun. Less fun is the introduction of the Squeal of Fortune. Yelps the Goblin has a huge stash of prizes that he's willing to give out. Just go to the gambling wheel and spin for a random free prize every day. And if you're a member and you've paid them money, you get 2 random free prizes. Ooh. Ranging from common, cheap gear, a couple GP, resources, new cosmetic horns and face tattoos, untradeable lucky versions of all sorts of gear, like Armadillo, Bandos, Dragon, Spirit Shields, God Swords, and also just some free experience lamps. Get a little bit of XP, get a large amount of XP. Just put it on anything you want. It's totally free. Don't worry about it. No repercussions for the future whatsoever. On February 29th, 2012, got some maintenance with no in-game downtime, but you might get kicked offline, so don't do anything too dangerous. A good warning message, I suppose. March 1st, 2012, behind the scenes. Clan stuff, bonus XP weekend, armor graphical rework, more loyalty rewards, new bolts, gnome graphics, a transportation network, and the next area task set. It's not too long to get some of these things here, because on March 6th, 2012, patch notes. Familiars won't deform while fighting Tarn Razorlore. No more duplicating your fire pets. Death tutorial will be shown for all players on the first time they die, instead of only to people under 100 total level. Get a warning on taking coins out of your money pouch in the wilderness, because then they will not be safe in PvP death, because that's a thing now in the wilderness again. Over in the Dominion Tower, the Swift Gloves stats have been improved. The Spellcaster Gloves special effect has been buffed. The Dominion staff no longer has an attack requirement. And that is things that are totally helpful for us. We really want to get those gloves. They have decent stats, but there's problems in the future. And also the effects have changed, so yeah. Over in Castle Wars, you need to stay in the game for 10 minutes to get any rewards and for it to increment your game's played count. So you were hopping between worlds for a minute per game, trying to get the 5,000 Castle Wars games cape for the Gym Completionist cape. Or you can just AFK for hundreds of hours. That also is a thing that I could do, and did. Anyways. And over with the potion flasks, which we still don't have the levels to make. You can now decant your vials into flasks, and flasks with 1 to 4 doses into vials, but you still can't move between 2 flasks. That's still beyond us, apparently. That's fine. Clan stuff from the behind the scenes. Get clan fealty, giving 15% bonus experience while working in the Citadel per tier. And that's 45% at the max tier 3. So that's a little more XP in Citadel stuff. Also get XP lamp for doing enough work per week in the Citadel. It's an entire system up there. Now for the reason that you're here with the gnomes. It is the gnome graphical rework. New NPC models, new chat heads, changes to the environment. Not these changes though. These are all new trees and later Kandarin rocks and stuff. But there was a graphical rework. It's very difficult to show graphical reworks of graphical reworks. It's an entire system. And then we also have the whole armor graphical rework. Pretty much everything that's really used, from ranging from like black armor to Torva, studded leather to Armadil, Mystic to Zuriels, our Void set here, Slayer Helm, Clue Scroll variants of things. Except there were still a few things that were left off the list and never changed, essentially. But for the most part, we got the whole new armors. Looking all slightly different from each other. And fancy. Anyways. On March 9th, 2012, tips for staying safe from phishing emails. Jagex doesn't email about account issues. They've probably got your email at random or from some lists. And you can report any phishing emails for them to the tip-off email. Not that's really going to stop it, probably. But still. Also go redeem a 90 or 100 day membership card to get a barbed bow. Pretty much just a cosmetic kind of thing. And a bonus XP weekend announced. Yay. On March 12th, 2012, got the bonus XP weekend workshops. Get some tips on how to optimize your time, which is essentially prepare all your farming trees beforehand, get a bunch of resources banked, do 10 hours of whatever it is you want to do, and then use up all your summoning charms, because those are still giving 10% bonus, which is more than you're going to get any other time, and totally completely worth doing. The only time to train summoning, bonus XP weekends. Yeah. On March 13th, 2012, patch notes. No more bald patches on your head when using hex crests and focus sites. The herb farming animation has been updated. Top floor of the clock tower is now attached to the rest of the building. You can hear Jad's attacks sounds from outside of draw distance. And tool belts will be auto-filled with all non-quest items. So, we've made use of a couple of the tools on here. If we wanted to, we could have just waited until now. Then all the basic tools have been added. Some of them, not added yet, don't exist yet. Other things. That should be about right still. Now your fishing supplies, crafting molds. Running around to all the shops and putting a mold and a fishing rod on your belt. Was more thematic, but that was just automatic. It's fine. We've also got Loyalty Store Batch 4. 20 new auras, including faster special attack recharge rate and tier 4 of all the skilling auras. 8 new glowing eyes, including this one. 6 titles, 2 costumes, 3 recolors, 4 emotes, price reductions on some auras with points refunded, and discounts on everything from the first and second batches for the rest of the month. Can definitely save some loyalty points by waiting for sales and things. until they're completely deleted. Next week here, kinda. We'll worry about that in 2026, I guess. One thing that we'll be able to make use of now is the Lodestone Network. Essentially, it's a home teleport from the magic book to a lot of places using a fancy new map. You originally get a few of these auto-unlocked based on what you've done. We've got the old, reliable Lumbridge home teleport, which now goes to a Lodestone here in Lumbridge. A reasonable location for it, which is also something you need to consider. Distance to where you're trying to go to, you might have better luck with the actual teleports, which also eventually get moved to slightly different locations for some of them, but still. Lumbridge Lodestone, the classic. I would have put us back there still, so just at the actual Lodestone points. Then also the recently added Berthorpe home teleport option is now one of many options instead of just the other one on these spellbooks here. In Berthorpe. And between the home teleport and now the Lodestone, we really can just get to Berthorpe whenever we want to, which is nice. Previously running from Falador or anything, since we can't really always have a games necklace ready to go. This is very convenient. Go do some troll invasion in the troll war zone, all that. That's pretty good. And if you've done some quests, you get some other ones auto-unlocked, like Lunar Isle. You've done Lunar Diplomacy. Again, another spot that was a bit difficult to get to most of the time. You'd have to basically get to the ferry ring, take the ferry ring to the Fremenic province, run through Roleka, get on the boat, get on the second boat, to get over here to Lunar Isle, which is not yet quite so snowy and graphically updated. In general, this is about where you'd want to be for Lunar Isle. Go to the magic shop, go to Livid Farm. It's a little bit of a run down to the Astral Altar if you want to get onto Lunar Magic, but less of a run than running from Roleka or anything, so that's pretty good. And then the last auto-unlocked one, if you've completed Desert Treasure, you can go to the Bandit Camp. Just kind of out here in the desert, pretty far away from pretty much anything. There's sometimes like penguins and stuff down this way, so that's at least something. It's right here in the middle of the mystical mirrors from Desert Treasure. Also, more things added somewhat nearby and reasonably close to go get on Ancient Magic if you're feeling like it, so not too shabby. But now we have all of the other ones that we have to go actually unlock. We're gonna run around to all those places. The Alcarid Lodestone. It's right here in the middle of town. A very convenient location. Much more so than the new Glory Teleport, which is all the way down in Shantae Pass. That hasn't even changed yet, so the Glory is still technically in the palace here. This is much closer to everything in Alcarid here, so that one's pretty good. The Ardoin Lodestone, just here north of town. Slightly farther away from some of the stuff down in town than the actual teleport that's in the market. So head up and around to get to the regular non-player-owned farm here. Go to the Fishing Guild. It's pretty close by for getting some sharks, which is something we do pretty frequently for food. Overall, a pretty good spot. The Catherby Lodestone is here in Catherby, somewhere, before the complete change of everything in Catherby is, but still. Pretty close to the fishing area, the fishing shop, the farm over there, and a charter ship in Catherby. There's a pretty good connection to there, too. Very functional. Very cool. The Draenor Village Lodestone is more of the Draenor Crossroads Lodestone. Quicker for getting up to Draenor Manor, which honestly probably want to go there more often than actual Draenor, so that's pretty good. And later, everything's going to be here. Also, this is a good time to check out the new and improved little signposts here. They now have the symbols that are also on the Lodestone network. West to Falador, Port Sarim. The clan camp. That's not even true anymore. Look at that. Anyways, another good spot for Lodestone. The Edgeville Lodestone is unlocked. Info? What? I've accidentally clicked on this at some point then. It's over here, next to Ozash's house. And over to the monastery. And the lack of a wall here. Big ridge of rock in between. So, sounds pretty good. There's the Dragonkin Edgeville damage. Deal with that later. Not too far away from the regular teleport either, from the Glory, so pretty good. The Falador Lodestone, again just north of town here. Decent for getting to, at least especially western Falador here. But the teleport is also right down in the middle, just to the south here, so that's about the same. You can go to Goblin Village, over towards Ice Mountain. The Edgeville Lodestone is also pretty close to Ice Mountain, so almost here. Also head over to the Gamer's Grotto, wanted to do that. And over to Taverley, I suppose. Centralized. The Port Sarim Lodestone is very nice. Pretty much the only teleport here to Port Sarim. Well, they might have a spirit tree up to the northern side. This is much more convenient, one teleport to get to instead of teleport to somewhere to get to a spirit tree to teleport. Quick access to Moosa Point. All the other boats, charter ships are also here. Over to Remington. Not bad. Not bad at all. The Sears Village Lodestone is a bit less useful. It's kind of here in Sears Village where not much happens. Kind of close to McGruber's Woods, but there's a fairy ring in there. South towards Hemister and the Ranging Guild. You have to determine between this one and Ardoin which one's actually just closer to all those. Not much here. The Taverley Lodestone, right over here, by the Let Some Eat Pie quest, and the pub and all that. All sorts of things around here. Got a windmill, got the boat down to Damonheim, which is great. Also a house portal, which could make it possible to no longer need all the teleport runes for the few teleports we actually still need a house for. Just Lodestone to Taverley, move our house to Taverley. When we're not actually trading construction since there's no trees right here. Definitely an option. The Varrock Lodestone, all the way here, south of the city. Really exemplifies the concept of the Lodestones for being free, slightly slower, and slightly out of the way compared to regular teleports for now. Southern Varrock is definitely a little bit further from things, but still reasonable. And lastly, the Yanil Lodestone, just over here, west of Yanil. Gets you access to all the Yanil stuff, another house portal nearby. Also, a fairy ring right up there, which is pretty good. Did have some problems with fairy rings here. Got the cloak back. Managed to reclaim the Tokals though, but in order to have the teleport option to get right next to a fairy ring at Fight Caves. It needs to be charged, and that takes 50,000 Tokal, and we don't have 50,000 Tokal, and it takes a little bit still, even with the changes to drop rates. And so, if we want to get to fairy rings, we'll probably just go to the Yanil Lodestone. So, that's pretty good. We check our map here now. Yeah, quite a few different spots. All kind of around this area. And then, kind of outskirts for the bandit camp and lunar. There's still a lot that are locked, because they don't exist yet. Some of them in pretty helpful locations. We got Canifis, and later Canifis, Eagles Peak, the Fremnik Province, Karamja, Uglag, Turnwin, and the Wilderness are the next set. Then later we get even more places, especially once those places actually exist, like Prifddinas and Ashdale, and the city of and Menaphos, and Wendelwick, and Anachronia, and Fort Farinthry. So yeah, those are even later. So for now, we've got this set of teleports. In terms of places where we can't really get to between this teleport network and be able to attach to like the fairy rings, Canifis is definitely one of the spots that's still useful to have the house for. And our glory to Karamja, still pretty good. Could take the Port Sarum lodestone, take the boat to Musa Point, that's pretty close by. That's still somewhat useful. Canifis, and then fairy rings goes to most of the other spots here. We can just take from here. So overall, pretty useful. Makes it so we don't specifically need to have all the runes on us all the time, which would save us inventory slots, which could be very nice for a lot of things. Just takes a little bit of time though, and you can't do it in combat, so it's not a get out of danger card or anything. So having a usable instant teleport on us would still be a smart plan if we want to live. Most of the times we're not going to get into that dangerous of situations though, but still. Perhaps a one-click instant teleport that doesn't take up quite so many spaces. We can always just do like an Ardoin teleport or something. It's like 2. We can do better. You know, 1 on like the Dominion Medallion or a Glory or whatever. Options, I suppose. Continuing on. On March 15th, 2012, bonus XP weekend tips video. Get some bonus XP. Because on March 16th, 2012, that's the bonus XP weekend. Yep. On March 20th, 2012, Troll Invasion audio behind the scenes video. Go check out the recording studio where they had the voice actors record some lines for all the Troll Invasion stuff. Also got some patch notes where a tree trunk was realigned. A tree has returned to the corner of Yanil over here. And that was a whole story. And not the last whole story with trees and things. Over in the corner of Yanil here, behind the smithing house, on a clue scroll, it has a picture of Yanil and the smithing house and a tree behind it. Then the tree was accidentally removed, but then people rioted and complained and memed on it. So the tree is returned, but it's dead now. Never let my Timbo near a thing of beauty. Dead tree. Unfortunate for tree. That's okay. We also got more item unequipping safety in Dominion Tower. Dropping your cheapest thing, putting things in the bank, etc. And a collect from the Grand Exchange option on most bank chests. So, that's something. Again, we don't use banks and we don't use the Grand Exchange, so not the most helpful for us. And then, sort of the main update for today is the criminal bolts. Talk to Mami Rimba here in northwestern Edgeville and learn about bloodwood trees. Essentially, you have to buy the bolt tips from Mami Rimba here, run around to different bloodwood trees, mostly in the wilderness, and a few quest lock locations, like the Ritual Plateau, Soul Wars, and the Arboretum. Chop the tree to get logs with 85 wood cutting, then fletch them into bolts with 93 fletching, which we do have. But you need to stay near the trees, or the logs and unfinished bolts will disintegrate. So it's kind of a risk-reward thing out in the wilderness. Bring as many tips as you're willing to risk at a time, chop the trees, make the bolts. It's definitely a whole thing. It's mostly useful for PvP though. as the bolts are not the strongest. They just have effects based on what setting you have it turned to. Shoot for the head and get 1/3 chance of slowing your opponent's casting. Shoot for the torso to get a 1/4 chance of a bleed effect. Shoot for the legs to get a 1/3 chance of draining run energy. Only usable in the chaotic crossbow, which is pretty wild. Yeah, that's not something we would get, because combat changes and everything. One-handed crossbow is not quite what we're looking for. And then we'd also have to keep up on bolts and things. We are still rocking the crystal bow. Functional enough. That's alright. On March 22nd, 2012. Players Gallery 33. Anything goes. Winner was a picture of a white dragon. And the next month is bad jobs for NPCs. So them doing something that we would be bad at. Anyway. On March 27th, 2012. Patch notes. Floating tree canopies have been removed. Temple trekking reward tokens will be banked or dropped if your inventory is full. Much like the Dominion Tower stuff. Several criminal bolt fixes for all the effects and things, and the effects continue when they're not supposed to, and all that. The Herbal or Habitat compost bin should be visible to all players. The East Ardoing bankers are facing the correct direction. And in other news, all reward interfaces, graphics have been updated. Audio assets page on the website, some songs and stuff. And you no longer need to complete Priest in Peril to access Morytania, which is helpful for the Morytania task set. Moving here in our achievements, area tasks, Morytania. We got the easy, medium, hard, and elite tasks. Once again, we've inadvertently completed many tasks as we've gotten around to just doing things. So we're going to start at the start here. Go complete, actually, each of the easy tasks we've already done. Then the ones we haven't, and the medium we've done, the medium we haven't, etc., etc. Except for a few problems. But we will get to that. Quite a few of the easy tasks are around here with the Nature Spirit Grotto. Like praying at the altar for boosting your prayer and recharging it. That is one of them. Exit door. We got 9 different easy tasks to complete here. It's quite a bit. You can craft a snelm. Any snelm will do. Snelms are pretty cool. Just a snail helm. Ain't that something? Also need to actually go back and charge a silver sickle here. It needs to be blessed in order to do more things here. You jump across this bridge getting 1 agility XP. It's not much, but it's something. Silver sickle. Just 1. These other 2 for stuff later. Exit the grotto. Then we have our silver sickle B. It is precisely what we need in order to go over here and deal with some more of the tasks. We can bloom with the sickle, and that in itself is a task by itself. We complete a lot of these tasks during Nature Spirit if you hadn't already done so. And 1 more fungus, fill the druid pouch, invoke a ghast, and kill a ghast. That is 2 more things. There's a ghast. He's dead. Okay. Taking an easy trek with the easy trekker on an easy temple trek is very easy. Which is since they are level 99 now, since we did all the temple trekking stuff. Got our rewards for that already. Fight some snakes. Don't worry about the snake hide. Just need to get through here. which is easy. Even the hard ones were pretty easy, all things considered. So, temple trekking with a fancy newer version for relative definitions of newer, I suppose. So quickly you can get through here. Got this one. Got the knife on the tool belt. Everything is fantastic. Really makes everything much simpler. Although we still do have some things that require things not on the tool belt. But for the most part, it makes it all work. Heading on. And we did it. We made it. That's an easy across the easy. We did it. Let's get our reward here. Like an XP book, I guess. We get some agility XP. Yay. That's something. Now that we're done trekking, it's time to do some fighting. Attack a werewolf guy. But he's not actually a werewolf. We kill him with the Wolfbane dagger. There you go. Not even worrying about the drops either. Doesn't matter. Just some wolf stuff. Werewolf stuff even. Acceptable. And we need to get another kill over in the Slayer Tower. Much like we had an easy trek with an easy person for temple trekking, we now have an easy ground floor fight in the Slayer Tower here. Crawling Hand. Since we don't have earmuffs for the Banshee. We could though. But we don't. And that is that one. Next task. A game of Skull Ball. Line it up perfectly. And shoot it in. Finish. And win. Shoots, he scores. Time, 2:51. Not too shabby. Always something here with the Skull Ball. Definitely not good experience or anything like that, but still. That's something. That's something. Something here in Morytania. Anyways. Continuing to the last task we've already done before, because it was required in a quest that we completed before the task set existed, obviously. Run on over to the Experiment Cave. Always something here at the Experiment Cave. Local musician, don't mind me, just going in here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go fight an experiment. Previously a good way to get experience, fighting experiments, but not really. Well, that's done. Alright. Now we just have the 2 tasks that we hadn't previously completed here, which we can easily go accomplish. We've got a log to light and cook a thin snail. Never previously had any reason to have thin snail, even here in Morytania. And we also got a limpwort plant that we can get here. Ta-da. And that is the easy tasks. Go get a reward near Petrodomus. Here's our guy. I like Mina. It's part of the whole bird drop ramble business here. Let's go. Hello friend, what can I do for you? About the task system. Complete all the easy tasks in the Morytania set. Oh, that's a relief. You can wear Morytania leggings now. I have some for you. Hands you some leggings and an old XP lamp. They truly are blessed leggings. I'm sure Saradomin himself would have been proud to wear them. Gas will bother you only half as much. Bloom will give twice as many fungi. Assisting pilgrims to the temple will offer more rewards. There's also a lamp here I found in the swamp. You might have a use for it. There you go, thanks. The XP lamp is 4,000 herbal XP, because everything is herbal XP. Also get 5% more temple trekking rewards. Is the exact percentage of that. And wear it for the double fungi and half gas effects. Looks like this. Amazing. But we're not stopping there, obviously. We got some medium tasks to go do. First medium task. Trap a green salamander. here in the swamp. As we call it, a swamp lizard. It's fine. Now we're going to use the teleports here, which are fantastic. To get to the next spot we need to get to the next spot we need to get to. Just got lodestones. Already making good use of them. Teleporting all the places. Getting closer to the things we want to get to. Accessing other transportation networks. I think this one here in Port Saren's definitely closer to the charter ships than the one in Catherby. So that'll work. Charter to Port Phasmatis, which is in of itself another medium task here. Charter ship to Port Phasmatis dock. Then we use the ectofile to also return to Port Phasmatis, which is another task. And then to enter Port Phasmatis, we're going to go to the western entrance. Instead of just going straight through this energy barrier right here. Why do that when we could go this way? Slightly around the western entrance. Amazing. Got our Ghost Speak amulet equipped here. Which is going to be necessary for the next task we want to do. Got a bunch of ghosts in here. We want to exchange some ecto tokens that we just got. We have 5 of them currently, despite the thousands that are technically in the currency pouch. Buy yeast from Morytania here. Need a pot. You can get that at the shop. Did have a pot, but we used it for making the bone meal and then dropped in. Also, it makes its own pots, and we got another pot ourselves, but we can get a pot. Can't even supply their own pot. Where are they holding all this? Where are they holding all this brewing yeast in if they don't have pots for themselves? Makes you wonder. But there's a general store right here, so not too big of a problem. Pot for me. Go back and get some ale yeast. And that'll do. Running around this very slimy town. It's definitely something here. It's definitely something. Back into the cellar, under the bar. Buy yeast. Fill it. 5 extra tokens. There we go. Now that one's done. Well, this one was a little more awkward than it needed to be. Just need to explore into the tunnel from the cellar here that we completed after one of the quests with the Meyer key. We just click on the open the trapdoor here to get down there. We have the shortcut on that teleports us straight to Morton, so I had to run back through to actually accomplish the task. It's definitely something. We managed to explore it then. That's good. We've also prepared the last bittercap mushroom here to get that to complete the harvested bittercap mushroom again. Well, that's nice. Don't need a mushroom. Been getting some seeds and stuff from various spots. A lot of them over in Vine Sweeper, so that's worked out nicely. And now we're heading back to the Slayer Tower. This time we need to do something on the next floor. First floor, second floor, upstairs, whatever you want to call it. We can go fight an Infernal Mage. Mechanic Maul, not the perfect weapon for fighting an Infernal Mage, but got 100% accuracy anyways, so that'll do. That'll do. Okay. And now we want to head back to Morton, on purpose this time, with a Berg de Rot Ramble. We did a Berg de Rot Ramble, but not the other tasks related to this later. Doesn't need to be any specific person this time, unlike the easy temple trek with the easy guy. Just get anybody to Berg de Rot, and also through Morton, technically. It's a whole event in Morton where you have to fight some shades, but see what we get. Doesn't matter what we get. You just bring somebody, quick start. Easy. Very easy. Very cool. Berg de Rot. We got our druid pouch with nothing in it, I guess. That's fine. Continue. We also might be able to evade events or something. Not too much of a problem, either way. We don't have any food or anything, so if we get the die into gas event, it'd be problematic. Our blister wood, we can take these guys out. Which is also helpful. That's also gonna be something later. Three tracks this track. Alright. Very direct ramble. We're going for it. We're doing it. We're getting there. Eventually. Took a little bit getting everybody maxed out here earlier. That's alright. And we'll grab another XP book from the reward from this one too, because why not? It's not like it's good XP or anything, but it's something. I'll take something. Better than the resources we wouldn't use anyways, so there you go. Burger Rot Ramble. And some mining XP. Yeah. Okay. For the last tasks that we've already completed previously here, we need to do some Shades of Morton stuff. It's definitely something. We just need to get a little bit here. Need more than one? Or if we really even need more than one. We'll get a couple just in case. Depending on what we're trying to do here. Couple logs, couple oil. Technically on the world here, but I don't think anybody. Oh, there's people doing stuff. Alright. Look at the shop here. Let's go to the merchant shop. General store. That's even in itself a task. Grab a few olive oils. Over to the temple, which is currently in disrepair, which is not ideal. I don't have space to get repair stuff. Just gonna fight some guys while these guys work on it. That's good enough. We need sanctity, we need repair state. We got some of these shade dummies added later. We'll get it done. 100%. Sanctify the oils. So we can go grab some more because we might need some more in the future here. We have some percentage left. Apply the sacred oils to the logs. There we go. Drop the vials. Got some shade remains here, which might actually not be snackable, but who knows. We can make space. Drop some other stuff. That'll be fine. Sanctify the altar. There we go. And then we can decant these also. Alright. There's that. Apply the oils. Okay. We'll grab some other ones out here. We can just get as many of these as we need to prepare the funeral pyre and remain light the pyre. And we get a brown key in our inventory. Doesn't even appear here anymore. Wild. And we need multiple keys because we need to open one and have one for possible future things here. Got anything? No? Third one. This is what we have more oils for, I suppose. Coins again? Okay. We need to get more remains. Alright. That we can do. I mean, we need to get more logs, which are also here. Let's get one log at a time. Don't want to waste too much of the oil. We will see. We will see. Apply it. Go. Takes a different amount of doses of sacred oil per log, depending on what log it is. Sacrifice the remains. Key. Perfect. Keep it red. Alright, good enough. Open the doors. Go inside. And we'll open up a shade chest. Definitely a whole thing here in the shade tombs. Get attacked by a whole bunch of shades. Annoying. Purple, black, brown. Right. Brown key opened. We got our thing. And that is all the tasks we've done before. Now let's go get supplies for doing the tasks we haven't done before. How's that for a thought? First task we can do here, without even having to leave, is need a flam tier hammer, and probably some actual building supplies here. Get a timber beam, a limestone brick, 5 swamp paste. Some combination of some of these things. Just need to reinforce the wall. How's things going here? Everybody leaving? Reinforce the temple wall. There you go. Plug your hammer to help fix the temple. The repair stance at 23. So, yeah. Basically had to redo the Haunted Mine quest. Get this crystal mine key for these doors here. To mine a mithril with our tool belt bronze pickaxe. There you go. This is a weird one-time mithril vein or something weird like that. Counts though. From what I could tell, originally, this wasn't possible. It was a one-way fairy ring out of the Haunted Woods. But eventually, eventually, this was possible at probably some point. LQ. The Haunted Woods. Another way to get over here towards this side of Morytania. Would be good for coming over to go reclaim the ectopile if we needed to. What is the achievement? And now, while we're here, we can chop a tree. Bronze axe on the tool belt. Again, might not be the tool for the job here. Chopping a hollow tree. It's hollow. You get some stuff from it. It might take multiple chops, because sometimes you don't get anything. That's alright. Hollow bark. There you go. Inventory space is becoming a problem here. Let's make some more stuff to make room. Probably at ground level, make sure this actually works. We're in Morytania. Add some garlic to a restore potion we made. Add silver dust from the grinder up there. That is a Guthix balance potion. Neat. Next up, some brewing with that ale yeast we purchased earlier. Need to go get buckets of water. And another one. Then we have some barley malt. Luckily we had some barley still growing in one of our hops patches. And another one. And the ale yeast. After we add chocolate dust as the ingredient bit. Making Chef's Delights. This is definitely the easiest brewing component to get. Didn't need to go farm some hops or anything. Those, then the ale yeast. There you go. It's going. Are we ever going to come back and get it? Probably not. It's technically an option. If we want some Chef's Delights, I guess. Let's see what we have in our house in terms of keg. We're not worried about it. Not that we need to boost our cooking. We are 99, 102. These are only fake levels in cooking right now. In the future. There's plans for all sorts of skill expansions later, but we'll worry about that when we get there. For now, we need to make some cannonballs. Got the cannonball mold on the tool belt. There he is, cannonballs. We don't have a cannon. Back to the temple trekking. This time we need to go medium person on a medium trek. Start medium. It really says they're the medium person, but close enough. Medium. On a medium track. We got some medium guys. We're gonna medium blast them with our blister wood. Technically we put away the magic hat, but that's fine. Continue. Medium track. Let's run this again. Yeah, make sure we actually go down the medium path here. And that's what we need to do. This one again. We really like just crossing this little river here, don't we? My goodness. Is it really a river? It's just more of a swamp. That's fine. Long vine. Yeah, 3 smaller vines. Totally safe. Put together. Clearly. Holds up for at least 2 people, I guess. That's alright. Medium track continues. Alright. Here we go. It's these guys again. They did not learn their lesson. Get out of here. Pew. Pew. Alright. Continue. Medium tracks can also probably be slightly longer, in theory. So that's fine. Across here. Ah, it's this one. Great. So now we need to get food for all these guys, or just wait for them to die. That also works. He's gonna make a fire. We're gonna chase a snail. Fat snail. Alright. How many guys we have that we need to save? Like 4? 3? Whatever. There's 4 of them. We could cook the first ones here. Save the ones that are almost dying. This is much easier with just bags of cabbages. And that works out very nicely. Use some food. Here's the food. Go. It's something for you. Seems to be very sick. There's multiple tiers between there, though. There's like sick, very sick, ghastly, and then they actually become aghast. It's pretty wild. And cook at the fire. We got this. No problems in the temple trekking. Fat snails for everyone. Enjoy. Alright. Save your life. Save your life. And we're gone. They're just really not prepared to be down in here. It's a problem. It's fine. There we go. Medium. We did it. And then we get our reward book, which is, I think, even a medium tier one. Yep. Get some fishing XP. Hooray. And then run into the pub here. And telegram the brain. Suppose we purchased the brain the first time during Fenestrate, whatever quest. Telegrabbed, got the brain, drop it, and we can go get our medium task rewards. That's all the medium tasks. Quite a few things in the medium tasks. Lots of getting supplies, teleporting around, doing our best. Let's go see Robin over here in Port Fast Manus and get our reward. Even rewards plural, I suppose. About something else. Nope, that's the wrong person. Robin, that's the task system. Complete all the medium tasks in Morytania set. So you have. I have some special leggings kept aside for you. Here's your pay leggings and a lamp. There you go. They're a bit odd though. I'm not sure I like the way they fit. They feel rather slimy, but at least you can have a paw at the forge in town. Oh, and someone gave me this lamp. I'm not really of any use to me. Thanks. Wait, Lyra said she'll pop down, look after your mushroom patch, and Rasmar has been in touch about some planks and more doses into his olive oil. Also, acquire some of the slimy adventurers seem to like. Soft bones for bone meal, as I made a deal with someone and seem to have rather a lot. Turns out there's some storage chests in Morton near the funeral pyres. It'll stockpiling put it along for them from now on. Some of that's correct. What we do get is an XP lamp with 10,000 Herblore XP in it, which I appreciate. And some of the things he said. You can swap 13 bones into bone meal and he'll give you slime along with it per day. So we had some like frost rain bones we could quickly sacrifice into the ectofuntus for faster prayer XP than going through the whole grinding and slime collecting process. The mushroom patch, or by Canifis, is disease free. Haunted tools somewhere, like down in the haunted mine, are unaggressive, apparently. And this has slime pit teleports, but only 5 per day. Does make it quicker to get down here. Between the slime pit teleports and the ectophile back to the top, can definitely do some ectophile stuff here. There's also faster cannonball smithing in Port Phasmatis when it's worn, and some free planks daily from Razmire. You can choose between some like teak or oak planks or something, some amount of them. Eventually that becomes a weekly, but that's also not something we need to worry about. And possibly 10% extra blood runes, but that also might be on the Morytania set, which it didn't even talk about that, so I don't know. And also maybe later 4-dose olive oil from the shop, which I guess we're going to get since we can't not buy what's in the shop. Anyways, that's the medium tasks done. Next up, it's the hard tasks, where we've once again completed some of them. To make my life a lot easier, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the ability to craft Rings of Slaying here. That's 300 points. How many points do we have left? Secret's yours. Now enchant Rings of Slaying. 900. We'll learn how to fletch broad arrows and bolts, and craft Slayer helmets. We'll be doing all those when we actually do some Slayer. So, that'll be good. And now, we need to trade to get a Slayer gem here, enchanted gem, and go make ourselves a Ring of Slaying. Totally worthwhile. Smelt of the furnace. Gold. There's so many different sections in here now. Gold bar, gold casting, Ring of Slaying. Only 8 charges. That is more than enough to get ourselves over to Tarn's Lair without having to run through Tarn's Lair. Ain't that a dream? Right here, that counts for the task of going to Tarn's Lair or defeating Tarn. Either way. Also defeated Tarn a whole bunch of times in the Dominion Tower, so we've really defeated Tarn. We really have. Next up, make or go through the Krill portal in your player-owned house, which we've done many times to get over here to Morytania. Canifis, right here. Lovely. No Canifis lodestone, unfortunate. Also got a blisterwood log here. Craft ourselves a blisterwood pole arm, which we've done multiple times because it's nice and easy, free weapon. Catacomb is better though, so that's alright. You can also squeeze through a fence and up and around, or jump up the statue, whichever one it is here. Use the shortcut across the River Salve here. Hopefully the vampires don't figure that out, or we're gonna have some problems. The last hard task in the set that we've already done. Training the stick for the werewolf agility course. No comp. Perfect. And now, the tasks that we haven't done before. Once again, it's time for temple trekking. Hard difficulty, which it did say. Person. On a hard difficulty, trek. See how hard it actually is. Firewatch. We've got our blisterwood. Let's have the blisterwood pole arm here too. That'll work. Works with the void at least. Good enough. Vire corpses. These are also vire corpses. This is another thing. It's gonna be an entire thing. We only need the one here. Continue trek. Make sure it's on the hard path. Monsters are stronger. More monsters. Something, something. Bridge. Jump, jump, jump. They also help get some logs. Need 3 logs. Fix the bridge. Wield an axe. Probably not. It's in the tool belt now. Etc. etc. Nothing harder about this bit here. Just a regular bridge fixing. No zombies even attacking us. That's something. Continue the hard trek. There we go. And it's this one again. Okay. Alright. You make a fire. I'm gonna go fight some snails. This time we have 5 people. Luckily, 5 snails show up. So, that works out. Saving these guys. Again, it would be significantly easier if we just had just a whole sack of cabbage. They don't mind what they get for food, as long as they get something. Or they can just become ghasts. That's also an option. Technically might be quicker if we just actually save them though, so, you know. Worth what we got. Everybody's sick. Thin snail meat. And some fat snail meat. Anybody ghastly? Let's go around and use them on stuff. Use them on people. There you go. Can't walk there. Here you go. Corners and stuff. Also a whole thing. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Everybody's fine. Everything's fine. Very hard with 5 people. Oh no. Continue the trek. If there are some special things only on the hard trek. Did we see any of those? Ah, it's the bog. You know, we really could just teleport out and start again. But I guess we can do this. How entirely inconvenient. There's a reason that we skipped this every single time we've done temple tracking. Ground feels soft. Ground feels soft. Ground feels soft. Guess what? Ground's still soft. Go across the entire thing. Next one is soft. Use it on the bubbles. What are you doing? Bog. Quite firm. Stand on this part of the bog. Try the next part of the bog. Firm. Just go straight across. That'd be the most convenient. Quite firm. Love it. Appreciate it. Use branch on the bog. It's firm. Amazing. We get the last one. Would love it. Quite firm. Alright. There are worse ways to cross the bog. My goodness. And the hard task continues. Definitely getting our money's worth of a hard trek here. Got some Juvenates. Got some Bolister wood. We're right on the edge. This is the exit from the hollows or Mort Minor here. There we go. Hard task with a hard person. We made it. Get a book. Get some XP. The biggest XP book. 5,000 agility XP. Not too shabby. Can't complain. Alright. And now, since we're over here, we might as well do the next task. Climb down this stairway into the Columbarium. Somebody else is over here doing Columbarium stuff. I guess this is the Shades of Mortem world, so that's fair. Apply oil to our maple pyre logs. Prepare the funeral pyre. Add a corpse. Light the pyre. And that is some prayer and fire mechanic XP. And this time the key just goes where it is. Yeah. A Columbarium key. Use that to open one of the doors here. Get our treasure and achievement. 2 light items. Nifty. There you go. Use the columbarium. We're gonna read, like, search this lectern down here. Find a book on the top. This is a series of names. 2 have been crossed off. That means we've defeated and burned 2 corpses here. Which is not very many. Especially because one of the achievements here for the hard tasks requires 200. So not only would we need to go and get 198 more Vire corpses, which we would have to even check if they stack at this point, we would also need to get 198 more logs covered in sacred oil from all that business. And then we would use the Flail of Vandus, which we would also need to go and make, to cast Bloom after burning 200 Vire corpses. It is definitely more on the list of things that would be awkward to do, but doable. Look at the other achievements here we have. We also need to burn this bark that we got on one of the torches while wearing the Ring of Fire. This one is also technically possible. We would just have to go and do the all fired up minigame again for the first 6. That requires 20 free inventory spaces to put the logs into the beacons. We could just about manage that if we dropped a whole bunch of stuff. But that's, again, not the main problem here. We also need to break a Blood Altar teletab, which would require us to go do Great Orb Project, which no one does, in order to get enough points to buy that from the Rune Crafting Guild store. Later on, that'll be available for a different currency in a different store, so that'll be more doable. But the main problem is I brought your stuff back. Equip 1 item from a set of Barrows gear in the Barrows. That would be almost doable. Just have to do some Barrows until we got anything. Except for the new pieces, which apparently don't count for it or something. But, unfortunately, this was much more difficult until 2020. Instead of 1 piece of Barrows gear to complete the task, you needed an entire full set. And that would be very difficult. We could just about do the dozens or hundreds of Barrows chests to get items, but trying to specifically get a full set when we would try to be keeping most of the things in order to have partial sets that we're holding on to, trying to get the full set. We don't have the space, won't have the space, and don't have the time to do that right now. And that just makes the other possibly doable hard tasks here not really worth worrying about right now. Later on, we'll be able to come back and get that, especially in 2020. Realistically, we do have the teleport to the Barrows, so that part's at least taken care of. We can get here easy enough, we can fight them easily enough. So, the only real problem is the fact we need a full set of stuff, which is not super doable. So instead, we're going to see if there's any easily doable elite ones. Use the drags me down to teleport to Darkmare. Yep. I've been doing that a few times to go get the log and everything. So we've done that. That's part of the elite task. That's complete. If we look at the other possible things in here, fish a shark in Berg de Rot. We can easily do that. Teleport. Berg de Rot. Fish a shark off the pier. Right here. Net harpoon. It's even barehand. And it is required to barehand. There's a shark from a different spot. High requirements for that. 96 fishing and all that. That's something. You can also go make a games necklace for another task. Alright. Games necklace. Rub it to Berg de Rot. This required 500 companion levels in temple trekking, which isn't really that bad. I found an idea. Teleport to Big Rat using the games necklace. There you go. Drop that. Don't need that anymore. Let's go do another of the tasks that we can do here, technically. Barrows run. Gonna be great. Pick up a spade or use these spades here. Either way, we got space for it. We're gonna go fight the first 7 Barrows brothers. Not just the first 6. That's alright. Could switch our styles specifically in order to do more damage or more accuracy. It's the first guys here. That's alright. Losing some prayer points. Doesn't really matter. Could also use Soul Split. Depends how we're feeling. Fight, 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 fight. Depends if we do enough damage to do better than just getting hit less by using actual protection prayers, but still. It is not hitting at all, so I guess that counts. It's not like we have good defense or anything. Anyway. We can also switch styles here to be more effective against each of the brothers. Did Durak, did Torag, or Guthon, like Carol. Whack. Whack. Smack, smack, smack. If we leave quick enough, we can get away before the prayer drain, which is also a good plan. Go down and fight Torag. I was going to see which one's going to be in the tunnel. It's also something of a question. Healing a little bit. Doing fine. They can hit some decent amounts, so you'll at least be slightly aware of what's going on as we do a Barrows running him. And we'll dig in this one. Fight Virak. Is this Acrosay? There's Acrosay the Doomed. Acrosay, how's it going? They use prayer, so you need to bring 2 combat styles. How exciting. And draining our prayers even more. It's fine. Switching it up. Bonk. Put a bunch of prayer switching. We're fighting Senator and the Dominion Tower a bunch of times. Defeat the first 7 Barrows brothers, including Acrosay. I guess it counted the previous time that we've completed Barrows as the other 6 times. We haven't done that yet here, so we'll finish it. That's more correct. Now we're out of prayer. Just fight Aaron here. Then it's Virak in the tunnel. And we can also get some loot, so why not? Might as well. Since we're here. Unless it's an item, then it's going to be unfortunate if we don't get to keep it. I'm down. Wow. So the rest of it is in the tunnel. We can also just see if the Chaotic Maul has enough accuracy to fight everybody else. It is a higher tier, so in theory. Let's find the entrance. We can find some monsters along the way too. That's worth points. This creature slain is not quite the number, unless it is. But anyways, get a few things, get a few drops. Get in the darkness. No minimap. Just running through the tunnels. Had a great time. Don't know. Fighting stuff. There's Virak. 94% is pretty good. So as long as it's okay against Aram, I guess. Chaotic would probably be our best bet for actually doing Barrows here. That's pretty good. We'll fight a few more skeletons, why not? Just get our creature slaying counter up a little bit, for all that's worth. And get a reward, because why not? Through, through, all the way around to get to the openable door. It's always a maze in here, a little bit. That's alright. Open the chest. Look at it. Abandon. Yep. We don't need runes and stuff. Okay. Let me teleport to... Bring it around, I guess. Into the combat. Fine. Slightly inconvenient when somebody attacks you in here. And you're technically in combat and you can't use that to teleport back to Barrows. Could teleport to somewhere, recharge prayer, and then teleport back. That's also an option. For when we actually want to do a whole bunch of arrows. Burned about. Alright. The next thing we want to do here depends on if there's still people here doing the stuff. With the Shades of Morton. Looks like it could be happening. We're going to need potentially more sacred oil though. Because we need to get to the highest level shade for another task here if we want to. Requires 80 fire making, which we do have. Let's see how the temple's doing. Temple's doing alright. Alright. This could be possible. Currently we have a bronze key, red, which is not good enough. That opens up the first part of the door. The temple's doing something. We'll see. We'll see. We get the first tier. We go in here and fight the next tier of shades. Get a couple of their bunnies. Then we're trying to upgrade the keys. There's also only a chance of getting the upgrades. We're gonna say the remains are not stackable currently. That's what we'll say. Whether or not it's true is a different question, I guess. We need to modify one log at a time here to not use all the oil. Prepare a Fune Shade, which also can use the base logs, which also use less oil, which is great. We get coins. Prepare another log. Place light. Do the stuff. Looking for a steel key. Perfect. Then we can use a steel key, go in, fight the next shades, burn them, etc., etc. Try to get the keys. There's a few more tiers of it. We fought the lower shades to get a bronze key to get in the door. Then we fought the Furin shades there in the first room that we're going to be in now. Furin shades in the first room to get a steel key to open the steel door. Then we're going to fight Ryle shades in the next room. And then we're going to need Willow power logs for these guys. So, grab a couple of these. Might need more oil. If we get lucky, we don't even need multiple pieces, but that requires getting lucky, so we will see. Grab some willow logs, teleport back, continue. It only ended up taking one Ryle remain to get a black key and the one Essen remain to get a silver key, to get a fire remain, and get some magic pyre logs. The only one that works for the high tier fire shade. Burn it and get the achievement, the task done. And two of these silver keys. Could go open it to get some adamant stuff or whatever. Not too worried about that. And that is basically all we can do here. So we can sell this back for more to the shop. We need to just alch this. 7k is at least some amount of money. That requires going and get a nature rune, and you know that's totally doable still. Sell back for can't. Yeah, sure. Alright. With that done, we now have all the other elite tasks that we can't do. Kill an abyssal demon, that is 85 slayer. Craft a blood rune, that is 77 rune crafting. Summon a Ghast, that is 87 summoning. But we do have the ability to get a Ghast pouch. That's from Temple Trekking, which we finished. And make a Prayer Renewal, which is 91 farming and 94 herblore. Could technically boost the herblore, but 91 farming is still too much. So, we can't do those. We can't do these. We only kinda can't do these. We could technically get a Blood Altar tablet. We could technically go kill 200 buyers. We could technically go get the Ring of Fire. But getting a full set of barrows is definitely a hurdle right now. A hurdle that we can avoid by just waiting till later. Unfortunately, it's significantly later. We don't specifically need the rewards from the diary here, so we're not gonna worry about it too much. It's gonna high alch a flame tier hammer. Probably high alch some more stuff here too. Put stuff away, do other things, and then do some other things we can do when we don't have things. Next time. Goodbye.